There ain't no future unless we build it now. There ain't no future unless we build it now. United States, Africa, we salute ya. A new state of mind, I introduce ya. Close your eyes and visualize the rise of a new paradigm. Solar powered skyscrapers.
Welcome to the Africa Must Unite podcast, a podcast dedicated to inspiring African people worldwide to rise up, organize, and struggle for Pan-Africanism, a unified, liberated, socialist Africa, the only permanent solution to the exploitation and oppression of African people, no matter where they happen to be born or happen to live in the world. Now please, welcome the hosts of Africa Must Unite.
Africa's future is now, so get ready.
Pan-African revolutionary greetings, everyone out there. I am Brother Terrence.
And I'm Brother Neil.
And this is the Africa Must Unite podcast. And we are the Pan-African Revolutionary Socialist Party. Welcome, Brother Neil. We on podcast number 93 here.
Yes, good day, Brother Terrence, and to our listening audience. And we're going to start off, as we always do, with some dates from this month's calendar. Brother Terrence, September is the day the revolutionaries being born.
Absolutely.
So I'm going to talk about some revolutionary birthdays. Going to start off with Brother Amilcar Cabral, born the 12th of the month in 1924, and also established the PAIGC, the organization that led to the independence of Guinea. It's still active. A couple of days later, on the 19th of the month, our own Lamine Janga from the Gambia, who traveled as a youth teenager to Ghana to work with Nkrumah and traveled to Guinea with Nkrumah, and was one of the founders of the PRSP, was born on the 15th of the month in 1945. Winnie Mandela, the sister who in South Africa and wife of Nelson Mandela, who is under what they call banning, unbanned herself and continued to work with a new generation and help to organize a new generation of youth rising up in Azania, South Africa. She was born on the 26th of the month in 1936. Geronimo Jijaga, also known as Geronimo Pratt, was born also this month, and he was one of the people who led the community defense, defending the Black Panther Party against police attacks. It was some of the most effective defense of that organization. And certainly last, but certainly not least, Kwame Nkrumah, Sergeant Kwame Nkrumah, who was established the ideology for our party and provided us with a blueprint for reaching Pan-Africanism, was born on the 18th of the month in 1909. One of the things I see also, Brother Terrence, is kind of interesting is if you look at all these birthdays, they all occur, many of them occur within 10 years of each other, so one decade leads to another decade leads to another decade.
Right.
And that means that somewhere in there, somebody was building institutions, such as the one that we're building, to make sure that the next generation is going to continue to carry out the program of the movement.
Absolutely. Often I look at these calendars and I see August. I'm like, man, I see why it's Black August. August is a revolutionary month, but scrolling this September here, I mean, just again, Eric Williams was in touch, George Jackson and Ho Chi Minh. I mean, yeah, this is a powerful month right here. So Samir Amin as well. So excellent job there, Brother Neil, on September. All right, people. This month's podcast theme here uh, is positive revolutionary motion throughout the world. That's been the theme all year long. But for September here, we want to focus on Central America, Central South America there. And I want to read you our calendar piece that we wrote in regards to the activity, the positive motion taking place in that area. Despite the increased onslaught of fascist and imperialist actions by the West, in particular in the U.S., the global South continues to push the positive revolutionary motion. In Venezuela, the people continue to reaffirm their commitment to socialism despite election interference and another round of illegal sanctions from the U.S. In Nicaragua, not only have the Sandinistas pledged support for Maduro in Venezuela by offering to send the Sandinista fighters to assist in case there is an armed counter revolution, but also solutions for the people have resulted in prioritizing of women, trade skills, education, healthcare, childcare, as well as equity in political representation and an emphasis on unionization across sectors. All of these positive actions have occurred despite constant attack on the democratically elected and people-backed Sandinista government. As for Colombia, President Gustavo Petro announced that the country will be suspending its coal exports to Israel over the genocide in Gaza. Israel gets nearly half of its coal from Colombia, and Petro emphasized it will continue to pressure Israel's economy until the genocide stops. It is imperative to note that in both Colombia and Venezuela, the African communities are an integral part of the positive motion by the people. Clearly, the countries in Central and South America are pushing the positive, struggling for socialism, and fighting the back against the negative pushing, genocide supporting, warmongering U.S. So it's only right that we update people on this area of the world since we wrote this calendar early last year. So, as we move down into me and Brother Neil want to present this information to you all almost as if we're newscasters here. So we just want to give you an update. And the first thing I want to say here is, as a history teacher, a social studies teacher, I should know better than to call Mexico Central America. Clearly, Mexico is also part of North America. The activity that I was going to read here is dealing with the southern part of Central America. So forgive me for that. So in Mexico, though, Mexico launches a national plan to expand domestic drug production and move toward a free, universal, and public healthcare system. Dubbed the Mexican Plan for Healthcare Industrialization, the initiative also includes reforms to the country's intellectual property regime. In addition to restructuring the agency responsible for patent approvals, there will be a strong emphasis on producing generic medications beyond bolstering its health sovereignty. The Sinambam industry argues that localizing the production of medicine and medical equipment will accelerate economic development and lay the groundwork for a future free, universal, and public healthcare system in Mexico. Brother Neil, why is this positive motion?
Well, this is positive, excuse me, Brother Terrence, this is positive motion because Mexico realizes the need for free health care for all is a human right that all of their citizens should have, and the reliance on drugs and medicines from countries like the U.S. will not benefit their people at all. In fact, we as a people of the global South have to understand that we need to be self-reliant in healthcare and all other aspects of our life.
Excellent. In other news in Central and South America, more than 60 delegates from Latin America and the Caribbean gathered in Caracas to debate the direction of the popular struggles in the face of the global capitalist crisis and the offensive of the right wing in the region. The importance of the assembly in strengthening unity and new movements deepening ties with other regional alliances, consolidating a plan of struggle with concrete actions, and generating a climate of hope, mystica, and a common political horizon was also discussed. Active solidarity with Haiti, Venezuela, and Cuba was one of the most definitive calls, as they are trenches of resistance against imperialism. And it was proposed to move forward with concrete action of support as part of the process leading up to the assembly. Brother Neil, why is this positive motion?
Well, Brother Terrence, this is positive motion happening because countries are realizing that strength comes in numbers and in being unified. So they come together and struggle to unite. They're planning and hopefully organizing against all attacks from capitalism in all of its forms: imperialism, settler colonialism, neo-colonialism, Zionism. All of those are aspects of capitalism. Now, one of the things that we see, Brother Terrence, the recent attack on the civilians from Venezuela, 12 were killed, and actually a U.S. warship, not a Coast Guard boat, was used to attack. That was actually an attempt to push back against this meeting. But one of the poor motion tendencies that we see is the call up for the militia in Venezuela, resulted in hundreds of thousands of people responding and saying they will defend their country by the attacks from the U.S. by any means and all means necessary.
Right. In South America there, Brother Neil, what's going on?
Well, in Brazil, Brazil is deciding to join South Africa's genocide case against Israel. Brazilian foreign ministry says the international community cannot, in quotes, cannot remain inactive in the face of ongoing atrocities. The international community cannot remain inactive in the face of ongoing atrocities, the foreign ministry said in a statement. Brazil believes that there is no longer room for moral ambiguity or political omission. Impunity undermines international legality and undermines the credibility of the multilateral system. Several other countries, including Spain, Turkey, and the Republic of Ireland, have also asked to intervene in the case, urging the ICJ, the International Court of Justice, to state that Israel is in violation of its obligations under the 1948 Genocide Convention. Brother Terrence, why is this positive motion?
This is positive motion because it's a call. Once again, it's a call for all those non-Western countries to step up its calls for greater pressure against the Zionist genocide in Gaza and in the West Bank. This is a clear violation of the humanist principle, and the more countries to speak out against it, the better.
Now, just to continue with Brazil, there's another headline: Trump's hefty tariff on Brazil expecting to push the country towards China. Chinese investments could play a crucial role in enabling Brazil to boost its industrial capacity and diversify its economy. Other Latin American countries, namely Peru, Colombia, and Chile, have also signaled their rapprochement with China amid fears of Trump's intentions for the region. He has previously pledged to take back the Panama Canal, including by force. One of the things that we see in terms of the movement since the tariffs have been placed is that the Chinese have shifted buying their soybeans from the U.S. farmers who used to be the main supply of soybeans, international supply of soybeans, and now Brazil is supplying something like 60-70% of those soybeans. So now the soybean farmers and the corn farmers are really suffering because of those tariffs. They have a boomerang because of this relationship now between China and other countries of the global South. So, Brother Terrence, why is all of this positive motion?
That's a good term you use, Brother Neil, boomerang, because that's exactly what happened. Trump and administration threw the tariffs out there as if They were out to hit something and then came back, and again, the citizens of the country are being hit here in the U.S. But this is positive motion because those, again, the tariffs issued by Trump and the capitalists are actually bringing together those Latin American countries, once again, to perhaps strengthen their ties with each other. We know unity is imperative in this struggle against capitalism and all of its forms. It's imperialism, settler colonialism, neo-colonialism, and Zionism. Did you want to say one more thing about Brazil before we get to the end here, Brother Neil? Did we cover every?
I think we covered everything with that. The situation with the soybeans and whatnot. Brazil has really been moving in that direction. Oh yeah, and one other thing. I'm sorry. One other thing in terms of Brazil is that they recently have decided to convict the former president Bolsonaro, who attempted a coup in the country. He was convicted in a 5-4 vote by their Supreme Court, and the only problem is that one vote against conviction might cause something in the end. But it shows that they are standing up. The people of Brazil do not want that same kind of fascist overthrow of the country, even in the face of the fact that there were threats made by the U.S. government that if Bolsonaro was convicted, then there would be force, there would be all these other things used, but the people move forward. Again, more positive motion.
Right. Another president convicted, huh?
Right.
Wow. In the end, the positive impact that a unified socialist Africa and all of its vast wealth, its power and commitment to struggling masses everywhere will have on a unified Central and South America will be tremendous for all its people. So definitely all of its people. We want to say here before we close out, throughout 2025, at the times, with the help of invited guests, our focus will be on the theme of our calendar, a unified socialist Africa. It's not only possible, it's coming.
So join us next month, October 2025, and we will discuss positive revolutionary motions throughout the world, the Middle East. Meanwhile, visit our website, Pan-African Revolutionary Socialist Party.org. Email us at panafricanrsp@gmail.com. Like us on SoundCloud.com, and visit us at
YouTube there.
Okay, visit us at YouTube. Visit us and leave comments on YouTube.
Right. And people out there, remember, organization is the key. Join us, the Pan-African Revolutionary Socialist Party, or some other revolutionary Pan-African socialist organization. A union of African socialist states is on the horizon.
Aquí no hay fronteras. Esta tierra, lo que nombraron los Estados Unidos, detiene la sangre de nuestra raza. Somos una gente ancestral con un futuro brillante. ¡Que viva México!
How then can they talk about some order when they are the invaders? And how then can they reform immigration when they invaded their neighbor? America existed before Columbus. 30,000 years ago, we were here in Mexico. Where's all my Moshikins at? Cock your rifle, let it blow. Blow, 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 blow. All invaders gotta go. This one for my people, my Mexicano people. The whole earth is yours and no human is illegal. Come across the border, every woman and man. The U.S. is the alien. Mexico, this is your land. How then can they talk about some order when they are the invaders? And how then can they reform immigration when they invaded their neighbor? We see the same men living out like cavemen coming out the cave and them trying to enslave men. How can we obey them? It's better we betray them. Rise up like the Reverend Nat Turner and slay them. Mexican people, get your education. Tell your little children that this is their nation. You own California, you own Arizona, you own San Diego and Texas, the Lone Star. So how then can they talk about some order when they are the invaders? And how then can they reform immigration when they invaded their neighbor? Take a look at Mexico, then look at New Mexico. What is a New Mexico if there is a Mexico? All of America, they used to call a Maxim. Immigration laws are a fraud and we reject them. We are the all-Mac, Toltec, pyramid builder, astronomer, philosopher, and healer. Mexican people, rise up right now and realize this is your land now. Sing, how then can they talk about some order when they are the invaders? And how then can they reform immigration when they invaded their neighbor? I sing again. How then can they talk about some order when you are the invaders? And how then can you reform immigration when you invaded your neighbor? Get out!